Welcome to Gawne in 60 Seconds. It's that time of the week where we talk about all of the latest motorsport news and I tell you where you can watch this week's action. It's a sprint race and F1 is back. The summer holidays have finished, so plenty to talk about. Let's get into it. So welcome back to the channel. It's been a few weeks, so we've got plenty to get into, but first of all there's two channels for you to please subscribe to. This one of course, but the first one is the Gawne in 60 Seconds car channel. Loads of new content on there. We've got the brand new MG IM, we've got the brand new Cooper Raval on there as well. Plenty of new car reviews coming as well. This channel is the Gawne in 60 Seconds Motorsport channel, so they are separated, but please make sure you are subscribed to both. It really does help. So let's get straight into the news. So first things first, silly season, or lack of silly season shall we say, because Verstappen has confirmed that he is staying at Red Bull till 2030. Now there may be clauses in that in which he can escape at certain points, but there's been loads of speculation and he has now committed. So he's staying at Red Bull until 2030, probably. We'll see how that goes. But it's a really important part because there's loads and loads of speculation about his future, where he goes, what he does, linking in with McLaren, Mercedes of course, but no, it looks like he is staying at Red Bull. That is all confirmed, all done, and he is happy. So we think this might give us some domino effects where lots of other people just stay where they are. And on that subject, Albon has re-signed with Williams. He's staying there next year. And Carlos Sainz has re-signed with Williams, which is apparently a multi-year deal. But we know it's certainly for next year, maybe next year with options. So that was the biggest surprise for me, because I really thought he might go to Audi or look to Aston Martin or something else, because he's obviously been very disappointed with what's gone on at Williams so far. But something has given him the belief that they can move forwards, that they can keep upgrading, that they can get better. Something has given him the belief in the project. So it'll be interesting to see how that one progresses. What do you think? Do you think they should have moved? Do you think they should have all stayed? And what does this mean for the rest of the market? I think it is going to be a holding pattern year now. I think most people are going to stick with what they know. I think even Alonso might stay at Aston Martin, providing the Honda engine is good enough, and everyone will stick for one more year, I believe. I think the only person that's really at risk here is Esteban Ocon, because he's not been doing well enough, and I don't think Haas want to pay his wages, especially how Behrman is doing so much better, and of course gets paid a bit less. So Ocon I think is the one to watch, but I think he could leave and someone else come in. And then it's what they do with the Red Bull Juniors. So there's always movements around Red Bull Juniors, isn't there? So that could be interesting. On the subject of Red Bull, Isack Hadjar is going to miss out. Apparently he was doing his routine warm-ups and training, and in that he does boxing and he was punching the bag and everything. But the following day after training with the boxing, he felt a weakness in his hand, had it checked out, and the doctors have rested him as a precaution. So Isack Hadjar will not take place in the Dutch Grand Prix. Liam Lawson is moving up to take his place, and that means Yuki Tsunoda is back in the Racing Bull. I think this is a really good opportunity for both of those two drivers to prove themselves, show what they've got, especially for Liam Lawson to prove he deserves a seat for next year. I don't think there's any chance of Yuki getting a seat in, certainly in the Red Bull group for next year. But there is, and there has been talk of Lawson making way for Nikola Solov, who's been doing really well in F2, because there's going to be real pressure on Red Bull to find a seat for him. Now, the FIA are currently having an appeal hearing booked. That is going to happen next week, and that is over the Gasly penalty and reinstatement to the podium in Monaco. Of course, there were lots and lots of penalties given for speeding in the pit lane. The FIA revealed that that was false. They shouldn't have happened. So there is going to be a hearing to see whether it was fair that his penalties got overturned and no one else's did. But of course, based on the way the rules are written, it is sort of technically correct, but it is disadvantage to those that took a penalty in the race or whatever. So it almost gives Gasly a prize for not taking the penalty when he should have. So lots of people have protested, McLaren have protested, Red Bull have protested that Gasly got the place back. So let's see how that progresses. I think that'll be interesting in terms of news next week, because the FIA are already in hot water because they made the mistake in the first place. So how they deal with it is going to be fascinating. Another key point from the FIA is that they have lifted the ban on Russians competing in motorsport. And it says in this racefans.net article that it's without explanation. And I think there's an interesting worry here, because certainly the Ukrainians have already kicked off about this. This shouldn't be happening. And for those that don't know, Russians were banned from competing in motorsport based on the invasion of Ukraine. That killed off Mazepin's career and the Mazepin company's sponsorship of the Haas team. So now, for seemingly no reason, they are allowed to race again. They're allowed to re-enter under their own national identity. The reasons behind it, we don't know. Whether there is something else going on, we don't know. So that is an interesting one to keep an eye on, because I think there may be some discussions in the background that will come to the fore about this one. Whether it's the right thing to do, I mean, I don't know. It's a difficult one, isn't it? Yeah, I don't want to get into the political side of that, but it's interesting that all of a sudden that has been overturned. Now, Formula E has been really, really interesting. Formula E finale in London last weekend. Pascal Wehrlein won the World Championship, and there is some controversy over the way it happened, because he was having a massive fight with Antonio Felix da Costa, and the pair of them don't see eye to eye anyway. From when they were teammates, they did not get on particularly well. However, in race one on the Saturday, Wehrlein's teammate deliberately held him up. It was dirty tricks. And then the other way round, it happened in the second race. It didn't affect Wehrlein in the end, because he still got enough points. Well, he didn't get any points in the second race, but nor did anyone else get enough points to make a difference. So he still won the World Championship and all is good. But he was extremely bitter afterwards, despite winning the World Championship. He's like, I will not forget. I won't do the accent. I will not forget what's happened here, and I will repay this. And he was like proper angry, which I think is a little bit mad, because they did the same. They employed the same tactics the day before. So do you think those tactics are all right? Do you think that's okay? Or do you think it's just part and parcel of racing? Let me know in the comments below. Of course, Gen 4 is coming next year, or later on this calendar year. And those cars look really, really fun. So I'm looking forward to seeing those. And of course, there'll be loads of team and driver moves confirmed before then as well. Another F1 story is that the Disney F1 deal has expanded to now include the Cars franchise and Lightning McQueen. So I think there'll be something in that coming soon, maybe some merch, and that might be quite exciting. Right, time to look at the calendar. So this weekend, thanks to M Sport Extra, do go and follow him on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. We've got the IndyCar Freedom 250 at Washington. We've got the F1 Dutch Grand Prix, who are supported by F1 Academy. Repo SC Supercars, that's all on TNT Sports. Your IMSA will be live on YouTube. And the BTCC at Donington Park will be live on ITV4 pretty much all day Sunday. Great day of racing. Let's have a look at the F1 Academy times. So practice on Friday 1 p.m. till 1:40, qualifying 8:20 to 8:50 on Saturday morning. The reverse grid race taking place on 1:35 to 2:10, and then the feature race is 9:30 till 10:05 on Sunday. Now it is an F1 sprint weekend, and thanks to Silverstone for providing the graphics as always. Practice 1 11:30 till 12:30 on Friday, and then sprint qualifying at 3:30 p.m. on Friday. The sprint race is 11 o'clock on Saturday morning, and qualifying for the Grand Prix proper is at 3 p.m. on Saturday. The race itself kicks off with lights out at 2 p.m, all of course on Sky Sports F1. So there you go, that is your roundup of all the latest news. Please tell me in the comments below what you think about the latest news, and if there's anything I've missed or anything you want to chip in, let me know, and then we'll be back again next week. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.